All right, hello students. We're going to talk about the lymphatic system. Um, and I have the number one here because this is probably going to be kind of the first portion of it. I just might just only post one portion of it. I would like to get into some of the cancers, Hodgkin's, non-Hodgkin's, lymphoma. Not as sure if I'll be able to get around to it there, but at least just some basic understanding and conceptions regarding the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system actually, lymph means clear water in Latin. So the lymphatic system is actually a huge, very, very important system. Of course, as you very, very well may know, we have 11 organ systems in our body as a organism, human being, or in other words, Homo sapiens. The lymphatic system is one of the 11 systems associated with our body. Of course, other examples would be the muscular system, the cardiovascular system, the skeletal system, the nervous system, so on and so forth. So the lymphatic system, very important. And as you see, basically kind of these areas as I'm showing, I don't know if you kind of see the red dot here. You have lymph vessels that actually goes throughout the body. So the lymphatic system is extremely important there. It helps in terms of removal and distribution of lymph, which is the clear fluid. It plays a big major role in the immune system. So it's very important there, the lymphatic system. All right, so the lymphatic system. The lymphatic vessels absorb excess, all right, interstitial fluid and transports this fluid, which is known as lymph, to the ducts where that can be drained into the veins. So it's kind of more so rerouting, that's what, yeah, rerouting or just more so moving fluid throughout the body. Lymph nodes are a part of the lymphatic system. They're lymphoid tissues that are located throughout the body, like around your neck area. Lymph nodes are pretty much scattered on some level or another throughout the body, but you have a higher concentration around the neck, the armpits, and the groin area. And then other things that are important are the thymus, the spleen, and so on and so forth. So the functions of the lymphatic system: transport intertissue fluid, initially formed as blood, filtrates back into the blood system. Transport absorbs fat from the small intestines into the blood, and it cells lymphocytes, which are a part of the white blood cell system, which is a part of our immune system. Provides immunological defense against disease-causing agents, particularly speaking bacterial and viruses. All right, so the lymphatic system composed of basic two main things. Okay, so you got again the lymphatic vessels and the lymph nodes. All right, a pretty cool picture. I actually got it from this site, this YouTube site there. I have to give credit where credit is due. And that's the link there if you want to kind of check it out. But here, basically, as you see here, okay, so you see basically like the wider, thicker vessels, the arteries, getting into those sublunar arterioles and into the capillaries. And of course, capillaries is where you have blood gas exchange. All right, so basically what happens is this. You have about, and of course, when you see a squiggly line like that in front of a number, that means about or approximately. So say if I did, okay, if I want to say approximately 100, I'll do like this. Trying to do, yeah, approximately 100 or about 100. But here, about 20 liters seep out. And this is just fluid that seeps out from the capillaries, proteins, fluids, and just other chemicals that's important. And then 17 liters are reabsorbed. So of course, liters are as a part of the metric system. And actually, internationally, the metric system is widely used. And I would like to get more into that there, but I can't. But actually, laboratories in the United States, we actually use the metric system there. But nonetheless, So what's up with the around 3 liters, okay, of the remaining of the fluid? Okay, well, that 3 liters that's left actually simply gets into the lymphatic system there. All right, so about 20 liters seep out, is reabsorbed. All right, and the lymphatic system, okay, collects it from the interstitial space. That's kind of just like the space in the tissues. All right, and again, that fluid is called lymph. So in other words, again, you have the capillaries here. Okay, it goes from red to blue. Your blood is not blue, but basically we just, a lot of times it's drawn as blue to show that it's oxygen poor. And then you have actually exchange between the capillaries and the lymphatic uh, vessels, if you will, and more so an exchange of fluids, of lymph fluids there. So some, again, like I said, so some fluids is actually reabsorbed back into the circulatory system, the blood circulatory system, but the rest is going to be absorbed into the lymphatic system. All right, which is very important. And then that's going to be distributed around throughout the body. Okay. Like the blood vessels, the lymphatic system has valves, and again, these valves are actually play a role in terms of making sure that the lymph fluid goes in a particular direction, so it's not going backwards. That's something that that the body does not want to have that, so it prevents the backflow of lymphatic fluid. These are just actually just muscles contracting, just kind of helping pushing the lymphatic fluid along. All right, so basically here we have the lymphatic trunks, okay, named after the particular regions. So as you see here, let's see, where is it? Okay, so A, all right, using the military alphabet here. So we got Alpha, we got Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo. All right, so here basically we have the lymphatic trunks in the lumbar region of the body. All right, so here's the A, or the alpha region, or anything, right? And then you have the B region, which I just called Bravo, but that's the bronchial region. So basically, as you see here, in the B region, you have the lymphatic trunks here. That's the bronchial region. Okay. C, subclavian. Remember, if you remember, like the clavian arteries that you learned before when we were talking about the vascular system, right there. All right. And then the jugular. Of course, you ever heard that term? Of course, the jugular vein. That's in the D area. All right. So again, lymphatic vessels. All right. Taking lymph, moving lymph fluid, from the body to the head, back to the body, and so on and so forth. And of course, the intestinal area. All right, which is E there. All right. So those are actually simply kind of show the distribution of the lymphatic trunks throughout the body. Lymphoid organs, their primary role, remove foreign material in lymph, or lookouts. They're part of the immune system. So again, just to help us to keep us in terms of safe and just fighting off infectious agents, particularly that's caused by bacterial and viral agents. So again, part of the defense mechanism. And then you have, of course, the lymph nodes, and they're just kind of just like balls of lymphoid cells. Again, part of the protection part. You have the lymphocytes that go in and out, just kind of cleansing and helping to cleanse the lymph fluid. So when the lymph fluid actually goes back and circulating through the body, it's not carrying bacteria and viruses there, and that can be, of course, a big problem, big medical problem, health problem there. So again, the lymphatic system plays a wonderful role in that. Okay, again, I think I talked about here, but again, one-way lymphatic vessels. So it picks up lymph, all right, and so basically it's just going to actually pick up fluid from the capillaries, gets into the lymph area, distributes distributes the lymph around if some of that fluid is not reabsorbed into, all right, the vessels, and distributes it throughout the body. All right. So again, fluid from the surrounding tissues are absorbed into the lymphatic capillaries, and then that fluid is transported into the veins of the blood circulatory system. As far as the lymph nodes, like I said, you have more so like a larger concentration around, the neck area, armpits, the groin area. All right, so that's where we have the larger concentration of the actual lymph nodes. It's a nice picture of a lymph node, just kind of a cross section of it. Again, this is actually where some of our lymphocytes are found, but lymphocytes can be found pretty much on some level or another throughout the body. And sometimes there's some pretty big microbiological wars that's going on here. That's sometimes where if you have maybe some swelling, some people might have maybe some swelling. Gosh, why do I have a swollen gland around my neck? That very well may be this lymph node that might be swollen as a result of some sort of infection that's fighting off, and it's kind of tender because actually what happens is that when it swells, it pushes up against nerve endings. And it pushes up against nerve endings, of course, as it's expanding, it pushes up against nerve endings. Of course, that's going to cause it to be tender and swollen. All right, so that's gets a little bit more detail here, anything, but this is kind of showing the same thing. There are two different types of drainage system as it relates to lymphatic fluid. You have the thoracic duct, and that's in yellow. All right, and then you have the right lymphatic duct, and that's in blue. So what happens is that basically when lymph fluid is drained, all right, here on the right duct, okay, in blue, that represents maybe about a quarter of 25% of our body. That is actually governed by the right lymphatic duct there. So when it's drained, all right, through this route, it's going to actually simply just be dealing with this portion of the body, all right. Whereas the thoracic duct, where that basically at the bag system going through the left subclavian vein, all right, and then so that's in yellow. So that's the larger portion, of course, of the body. All right. So, and again, this is just some of just a little nice write-up, just again talking about the importance of the thoracic duct and the right lymphatic duct there and the draining thereof of the lymph fluid. And let's see, I think that might